The US presidential election intensified a troubling question. Just how healthy is democracy? Specifically, is the internet and the ever-expanding power of digital technology enabling authoritarian leaders to undermine genuine democracy?
I think what you're seeing both in the Philippines and in the United States is very similar to what's happening in many democracies around the world, including in the UK. And this is the role of technology. Facebook is our internet in the Philippines. There's 71 million Filipinos. We spend the most time on the internet and on social media globally. And I think it's the 5th year running. That's Hootsuite and We Are Social. That's their number. So what's happened is this kind of astroturfing of manufactured consensus, the manipulation of the public at mass scale using Facebook has happened here in the Philippines. You asked about the popularity of President Duterte. That's partly buoyed by a propaganda machine that we got clobbered for exposing in 2016.
But Maria, I'm going to have to interrupt because that's so. What you are suggesting is that democracy doesn't work anymore. If you are talking about quote unquote manipulated public opinion, as you've just done, then you're undermining and delegitimizing the notion that the people have a right to choose their governors. If you're saying that their opinions are somehow fake or false, where is democracy?
That's exactly what I'm saying, that democracy is essentially dead. And part of what killed it are social media platforms that have become behavioral modification systems.
There are governments, both authoritarian and genuinely democratic, who are now united in a conviction that they need a much greater level of surveillance of their populations. Is that, in your view, taking the historical perspective, a power that we should right now be happy to invest in our government?
Well, I'm not against surveillance per se. I think it's a very important technological tool that can help humanity fight against this epidemic and against future epidemics, and we need to use it. But we need to use it responsibly and carefully so we don't end up losing our freedoms in order to get protection from epidemics. For the first time in history, it is becoming feasible to monitor everybody all the time, and not just what we do, but even what we feel. Like, we already know that corporations and governments can know that you are now watching this show. And they can, if you watch BBC How Talk, they can deduce from that all kinds of things about your political views, about your autistic tastes, even about your personality. But this is still limited. They don't know yet what you're actually feeling as you're watching us. But once you have under-the-skin surveillance, you can know that. If you wear a biometric bracelet that constantly monitors your body temperature, your heart rate, your blood pressure, and other biometric data, it can know if you have fever, but it can also know if you're angry, or if you're joyful, or if you're bored. To go under the skin, collect biometric data, analyze it, and understand people better than they understand themselves. This, I believe, is maybe the most important event of the 21st century. The moment when a system out there knows me better than I know myself.
If 2020 put a